You're watching the New Hampshire Association of Broadcasters' three-time award-winning YCN Game of the Week. Today we're at the University of New Hampshire for the State Division II Championship football game featuring the number 5 Hollis Brookline Cavaliers taking on the number 6 Plymouth Bobcats. The YCN Game of the Week is brought to you by Top Stitch Embroidery, the best for your team, and so much more. M.J. Harrington and Company, jewelers and designers since 1948. William A. Smith Auction Gallery. They host 45 auctions yearly. Check the schedule on their website. Lake Sunapee Region VNA and Hospice, providing independence for patients and peace of mind for families. H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist. Much more than a home heating provider. La Valley Building Supply, 10 retail lumber yards serving New England for over 55 years. Ramonto's Brick Oven Pizza and more, always fresh. People, food, great times await you. Mascoma Savings Bank, with no shareholders to please, committed to remaining independent and to reinvesting profits in our community. Baba's Bar and Grill of Newberry Harbor, where Baba wants you to know we're having a lot of fun. And Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire.
Good afternoon and welcome to Wildcat Stadium on the campus of the University of New Hampshire here in Durham, New Hampshire for today's New Hampshire Division II high school football game between the Plymouth Bobcats and the Hollis Brookline Cavaliers. Hello everyone, I'm Jeremy Stout, joined by Scott Quimby as always, and we are set to begin this championship game. We've already had one in the books, Lebanon and Trinity, as the Trinity Pioneers defeat the Lebanon Raiders in Division III. And Scott, for this Division II game, we've got some contrasting styles. First, Plymouth Bobcats come in with a very good defense, not many points given up, and the Hollis Brookline Cavaliers with an offensive explosion looking to keep that going today.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Sanborn, the coach for Plymouth, obviously let us know before the game here how strong his defense is and how he thought about them. Just 101 points in 11 games. That's outstanding. Less than 10 points a game they're giving up, and he quoting him, saying they're a team that just grinds it out and executes. So I expect them to try to do that today.
And for the Hollis Brookline Cavaliers, their quarterback Sandra Wimmer really is basically the offense that keeps this team going.
I mean, he's both the passing weapon, a huge season through the air, something you don't see a lot in high school football. 2,641 yards, 28 touchdowns. But not only that, Wimmer is also their leading rusher. He put up nearly 700 yards on the ground and added another 16 touchdowns. So he's kind of the do-it-all QB for that team.
All right, it's an exciting one here. Division II high school football championship game between the Bobcats and the Cavaliers. We'll take a break and come back with the kickoff on the YCN Game of the Week.
In beautiful Plymouth, New Hampshire, 1766 Brewing is the new local favorite, serving classic pub fare and unique full-flavored beers with nano-quality brewing, specializing in handcrafted small-batch artisan beer. That's because the brewing and second tap room is just down the road behind the Last Chair restaurant. And did we mention it's a great place to have a great time?
A casual, easygoing, fun place to stop. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. The atmosphere inside is fantastic, and I think it's for everybody.
Simple solutions in a challenging world. Let Echo Communications make your life simpler. From the beginning, creating design through the commercial print process, and ending with custom mailing, all easily coordinated in one place. Echo Communications provides simple solutions in a challenging world. One place, many solutions. Learn more at echocominc.com.
Welcome back. We are ready to go. Hollis Brookline Cavaliers will be kicking off. They'll be kicking it from the 40-yard line, and the Bobcats, couple return men, just standing at about the 10-yard line. That's where they will look to get the opening kickoff as we are set to go. Division II Football Championship. That one is fielded at the 20-yard line, and it's returned here up the left side. Has a little bit of room, but going to be tackled. That's Cole Johnston, the junior, who will be tackled just about the 40-yard line, maybe the 39, and that's where the Bobcats will take over and start this one.
So we're going to see right off here if the Bobcats come out aggressive with that grinded-out style.
And they've got a couple players running on the field, and they are set to go on a wet day here at the University of New Hampshire Wildcat Stadium, hosting 3 high school football games, Divisions 1, 2, and 3. And we are set here for the offensive play, and the first one is the handoff, and sweeping wide to the right, number 11, Cody Bannon, and he gains maybe a couple of yards. They'll spot that one just at the 39-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
Right off, you see that good defense coming through and executing on the first play. It's going to be a tough sledding, I think, for both teams here today.
And we should mention both these teams underdogs in the playoffs as 5 and 6 seeds. So it was the Plymouth Bobcats as the number 6 seed, and Hollis Brookline Cavaliers coming in as the number 5 seed. And Plymouth has been here multiple times trying to win another championship. We saw them last year. We were here last year as they defeated Alvern High School, who they defeated last week in the semifinals. And again, this time it's kept by Bannon, and he's going to go off to the end and almost get to the marker, see where they spot it. They are going to say first down, so first down and 10 from the 47-yard line. Clearly keeping it on the ground, and we saw a lot of that in the first game. The weather really doesn't let you throw too many passes. Now it looks like the wind has picked up. Rain has kind of stopped, or at least a little bit.
Certainly lightened up from earlier in the day.
Right.
I mean, it was pouring there for a good couple hours straight. So, it's lightened up since then, but it's still going to be wet and slippery out there.
And again, on the QB keeper, out to the left side. Nice spin move there, and that's Bannon again with the first down. So across the 30 or the 45, they're up to the 41-yard line and keeping it on the ground.
Yeah, and Plymouth obviously showing the willingness to run their quarterback. Obviously, we know Hollis Brookline is, as we mentioned in our intro. Wimmer does the same thing. He's kind of a dual threat QB. It looks like Bannon is going to be used in similar fashion here today.
So Bannon, this time he hands it off, kind of a fullback dive, and falls forward for about 5 yards. And clearly Plymouth knows their strength, and there's no reason to go against it, as they have really had their way so far with this Cavalier defense, really moving the ball nicely. 2nd down. Watch our Yankee Chronicle every week on this station at 8 p.m. on Saturdays, followed by Wicked Yankee. If you miss any of our local programs on our 3 YCN network stations, you can always watch them anytime on our website at ycnnow.com. So a couple guys in motion. Clearly Plymouth likes to use that motion, get their side set up to the heavy side, and there's Bannon going right through 2 holes, and he's around the corner, 1 man to beat, cuts back inside, and then he's tackled inside the 10-yard line, but a great run there by number 11, Cody Bannon, and that's a first down.
Yeah, Plymouth definitely has something working here with Bannon out of the backfield. Scrambling, I shouldn't say scrambling, they're designed, but beautiful play. And
1 hole right there, and then another big one right around the corner.
And I think he might have had a touchdown there, but his blocker, I think, kind of got in the way a little bit. But huge gain, and now we get another big run.
Another big run, and that one looks like it's number 19, Joe D'Ambrosio, and he's in for the touchdown as the Bobcats take the lead, and they jump on the board early, 6-0.
Yeah, it's quite a statement right there, isn't it? Bobcats just marched down the field, running the football, not a single pass play, and they made it look easy here against Hollis Brookline. Cavaliers got some work to do on the defensive end if they want to slow this Plymouth team down.
And the extra point pending here. And that ball is up, and it is good. So the Bobcats score early. They go up 7-0, 9:13 to play in the first quarter. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
No matter what season it is, you can always find the best in American and Italian cuisine at Bubba's Bar and Grill in Newbury, New Hampshire. Stop in to enjoy our fresh salads, hearty sandwiches, brick oven pizzas, the award-winning seafood chowder, and a new seasonal menu just right for the cooler months. Dine in or take out. You can check out our full lunch and dinner menus along with daily specials on our website each day as well. Bubba's Bar and Grill, just 2 miles from Mount Sunapee in the beautiful harbor of Newbury, New Hampshire.
Welcome back, YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Scott Quimby here in Durham, New Hampshire, where the Plymouth Bobcats have gone on top early, 7-0, and what a drive that was. Basically just taking control, 6 plays, 63 yards, getting the extra point to go up 7-0, and now Hollis Brookline will try to answer as they return the opening kickoff that they've received back from just about the 8-yard line up to the 26 and flag down on the play. See what the call on the field in the area of holding, and it will be holding against the Cavaliers, so that'll set them back. But as we mentioned, this Cavalier offense pretty potent. We'll see who's going to win. Is it this Plymouth defense who's given up only about 10 points a game, or this Hollis Brookline offense who is really fire?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of been a one-man show. As we mentioned, Wimmer has had an outstanding season both on the ground. He's their leading rusher, and through the air he's had a you don't see a lot of quarterbacks in high school football put up 2,600-plus yards and 28 touchdowns passing. So this is definitely a potent and dangerous offense. Obviously, the Plymouth defense is very good, so we're going to have ourselves a little bit of a battle on our hands, I think.
And as we see immediately lining up in the shotgun with a couple running backs flanked, and the handoff up the middle, and I'm not sure who that was. That looks like it was number 21 on the carry, the ball carrier number 21, and he gets forward for about 8 yards. We'll give it a second down and about 2. Thermitus Marc-Andre Thermitus.
He had himself a decent regular season, too, averaging over 8 yards per carry. So, this is a well-polished offense. And there he goes again for another big gain.
A big gain there, as you mentioned. And so we're going to, both these teams say, you can run it down our throat, we'll go right back the other way. And we kind of got into that a little bit in that Lebanon Trinity game in that third quarter where they were both going back and forth scoring. Obviously, slower first half, but this Hollis Brookline team looking to answer, and this time they kind of change it up, give it to their other running back, but he is no less potent. Number 30, Quentin Wimmer on the carry, and a big first down.
I was surprised to see him in the championship game get the third handoff of the game for him. He only had 9 carries in the regular season for 48 yards, but clearly effective on that run play.
And as we can see, the wind picking up as they're going to continue to keep it on the ground, and the tackle there, maybe a 3-yard gain. That'll bring up second down and 7. Thermitus with the carry there, and that'll be second down and 7. Inside 8 minutes to play. Yet to see anything in the air, and the way this weather is, you wonder if we will at all today. And the QB keeper dancing around is Wimmer. He's able to find a hole close to a first down.
Yeah, nifty run play there. He was patient. He let his block set up. Had to change direction. Still found some running lane, and he's right at the sticks. And I'm surprised that, I mean, as dependent as their offense has been with him, I'm surprised it's the first time he's made a play here.
And the handoff again up the middle. Thermidis is able to gain the 5 yards and a first down.
Yeah, then again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't put your best player in danger if you don't need to. Thermidis is having a heck of a drive here.
Today's game is being brought to you in part by Mascoma Savings Bank, mutually owned with no shareholders to please. If you want your local game, event, parade, or concert televised into YCN's broadcast area, contact us at info@ycnnow.com. And this time the handoff off to the left side, going for 3 yards. And the drive here shaping up nicely if you are the Cavaliers, where you've really just been able to be in control. You pick up, half the yards for the first down, and then another few more, and really have yet to face a third down.
Quite honestly, it resembles exactly what Plymouth did on their drive. Big chunk run plays. I think Plymouth averaged over 10 yards per carry on their drive, and we're seeing a lot of the same here from Hollis Brookline.
And Wimmer, the quarterback, keeps it himself. He's able to go forward, gains a few yards, and this will be their first third down, I believe, that they'll face, and they'll mark it at the 29-yard line. And they need to get to about the 25 for the first down. Maybe the 28-yard line is where they have it. So 3rd down and 3, already halfway through a fast-moving first quarter, inside 6 minutes.
It's run play after run play. We haven't seen a pass attempt yet, and we haven't needed to, as these teams are moving the football.
And again, the handoff up the middle, and enough for the first down from the Cavaliers. And really, this team has completely controlled the offensive side when they've had it after giving up the long touchdown drive on defense. So a good answer if you're the Cavaliers. Now you just need to make sure you put it in the end zone and try and equalize the score. 6 plays, 63 yards, as you were mentioning. 10 yards an average play, and the false start here on the Cavaliers will bump them back 5 yards.
First sign of any issue on offense whatsoever for either team. The false start. It's the only time we've seen any sort of stoppage for these teams.
So they'll move them back 5 yards, bring up first down and 15. Ball sitting at 26-yard line. One of the players, I believe the quarterback, Wimmer, lost his little hand warmer.
The rain seems to be picking up again a bit here. You can really see it with the lights on in the stadium. It's coming down real hard right now.
So Wimmer again in the shotgun, couple running backs. And then the handoff again going to Wimmer, number 30. And that's a big gain after the penalty. Gets some of the yardage back.
Yeah, Wimmer's third. Sorry, I didn't mean to say Wimmer. No, I did mean to say
Quentin Wimmer was the one with the ball carrier.
But that's his third good play of the game here so far.
And there's a fumble on the snap, and Wimmer's almost going to get it, but I think maybe Plymouth came in there and jumped on it.
It's going to be tough. Wimmer's the only one in there fighting for it.
And no signal yet. I think they're saying it's going to stick with the Bobcats.
Yeah, it looked like Wimmer was the first one there. You worry sometimes when there's a pile on like that, the ball gets ripped away and fools the refs. But
so that'll be third down, 3rd and long. They need to get to the 11-yard line. The ball's looks like it's going to be set up just about the 28-yard line. So 3rd and 17, 3rd and 18.
Yeah, back to my point though on Quentin Wimmer, who had that nice run. I mean, again, I brought it up. He only had 9 carries during the entire season. That's his 3rd one so far, and they've all been successful. So he must have had a good week of practice. The coaches seem to be rewarding him.
And Thermidis is going to take the carry as he cuts to the outside, and then he is hung up at about the 25-yard line, and that's where it'll be 4th down and long.
Yeah, that's just a nice job by the Plymouth defense there. They kind of anticipated run, even though it was 3rd and long, knowing that Hollis Brookline probably wasn't going to take any chances turning the ball over this far down the field.
So that'll be 4th and long, and you wonder what they'll bring out here. Not going to be anything. They'll just be going for it as try and get something, and if you turn it over on downs, you at least start them at their own 25.
Go into the end zone here and just take a chance. An interception doesn't kill you.
And Wimmer's going to take off. He's got one man to beat. He kind of jukes him out, gets to the corner, and he falls. He might be just short of the first down. Depends on where they spot it.
Yeah, I thought it was a yard short. It was a heck of an effort. He went up in the air and got hit and sort of did a flip there.
And that is going to be a turnover on down. So we are going to head to a break with 2:58 to play. 7-0 Bobcats in front. YCN Game of the Week.
William A. Smith Auction Gallery hosts 45 auctions a year. Our customer base is worldwide, and our reputation is for honesty and fairness.
Rolex right there, $5,000, $3,000. I got 2 there, thank you. 20.
Join us for one of our live auctions. Check out the auction schedule on our website. Auction day is lively and fun.
Sold $3,381. Yeah, sold $253. Sold $850 straight away.
We look forward to seeing you on auction day.
Last call, 6.5.
Welcome back, YCN Game of the Week. Plymouth Bobcats taking it over on a turnover on downs and then immediately cutting it to the outside and almost to the first down marker is quarterback number 11, Cody Bannon, and we've seen him run quite a bit so far. And Scott, that last turnover on downs by the Cavaliers obviously hurt them. They got the penalty and then the fumbled snap. That's what took them out of position.
It was a heck of an effort there by Wimmer, but it just fell a yard short. I mean, they had a good drive. They moved the ball. Definitely some positive things for them to take to the sideline and think about going into their next drive.
And hopefully the defense here for the Cavaliers can come up with a stop and force a punt, flip the field position.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to figure out a way to stop Bannon. I mean,
he's really been doing everything.
His fourth run out of the backfield, and they are moving the football.
And he'll keep it again. He'll fall forward for the first down, and he'll be spotted just short of the 25-yard line. Today's game is being brought to you in part by Mascoma Savings Bank, mutually owned with no shareholders to please. If you want your local game, event, parade, or concert televised into YCN's broadcast area, contact us at info@ycnnow.com. So that'll be first down and 10 for the Bobcats. After an opening drive that took them 63 yards in 6 plays, 2 minutes, 47 seconds. And then a long 6-minute drive for the Cavaliers ending in a turnover on downs. So used a lot of clock.
I think that's going to be the name of the game. A lot of successful run plays by these offenses. At least that's what it seems to me so far. Like the defenses are clearly having trouble stopping them. Unfortunately, there was the false start really set Hollis Brookline back on that last set of downs, which led to the turnover on downs where they fell a yard short. But with all this running and it being successful creating first downs, it's going to be a fast-moving game. So pay attention.
Yeah, right. Don't change that dial. It's second down and 6. Minute 10 to play here in the first quarter. Only the second possession for the Bobcats. Falling down as he hands it off is Bannon. He does get the handoff, but the running back only gets to about the 29-yard line, so that'll bring up third down and maybe a long 5.
Yeah, tough to tell if the run play was unsuccessful because of the stumble or just a heck of a job by the Hollis Brookline defense. But that was probably their best defensive play of the game so far. So
big play coming up here, 3rd and 5. If you can get a stop and you can force a punt, get the ball back. So a big one coming up here. They're really going to have to make sure they focus on Bannon as he can do multiple things as we've seen so far. He'll pitch it to the outside and then wrapped up nicely outside by a couple defenders and then finally brought down short of the first down marker. Almost didn't get back to the line of scrimmage, but there's a flag on the play.
Got a little good defense there.
And a holding call, so you'd imagine that would be declined.
So Hollis Brookline going to get back with a punt here. Big stop, though, for this defense.
So here it comes. Holding is on Plymouth. That will be declined, as we thought it might be, because at this point, you're not going to go for it this deep into your own territory. And here it does come, special teams unit on the field.
Yeah, that would take some serious guts, Jeremy.
Yeah. I mean, I know they got a good defense. They've only given up 10 points a game, but, when you're giving them only 30 yards to go, or you really have some faith in your offense. But either way, we got a punt here. So we will see if they get it off before the end of the quarter. And they're taking their time, but they are going to get it off here before the end of the quarter. And the punt is away. It hits out of bounds, so we'll see where they will spot it. It will be at the 40-yard line, and that is going to do it for the first quarter. So after a fast-moving first quarter here in Durham, New Hampshire, it's the Bobcats 7, the Cavaliers nothing. Division II Championship, YCN Game of the Week.
At H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, we sell, install, tune, and repair heating and cooling systems and deliver your fuel oil and propane. But we're much more. H.R. Clough installs water conditioning systems to purify your water and add life to your hot water heating system. Now is the perfect time for one of our expert staff to evaluate your needs. For a free estimate, call H.R. Clough today. Over 4 generations of local ownership and dependable service.
There once was a haunted house. People said they had heard voices, but no one dared to go inside.
There's a place for wood in your backyard. We recommend the Fire Pit. For looks and performance that outlast a wooden deck, make sure your next deck is built with Trex, the world's #1 premium decking brand.
Trex products are available at LaValle Middleton Building Supply. Visit us at lavalleys.com.
Welcome back, YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Scott Quimby. We are set to begin quarter number 2 as the Plymouth Bobcats lead the Hollis Brookline Cavaliers 7-0. And after a punt here, that'll give the Cavaliers decent field position. They'll start it at the 40-yard line after a nice defensive stand. They will see if they can tie the score.
Yeah, I mean, they had a great drive last time. It just came up just a bit short, so let's see if they can continue to build upon that.
And the handoff to Wimmer, number 30, that's Quentin Wimmer. He's able to gain a handful of yards, and that'll bring up second down. Yeah, I mean, there was only really 3 drives in that first quarter where you had Plymouth scoring on their first drive, and then basically Hollis Brookline taking half the quarter, 6 minutes, 7 seconds on their drive, which ended in a turnover on downs.
I mean, the quarter ended on a punt, and there was literally exactly 3 drives in that first quarter. I mean, that's not something you see every day, and that just shows how successful these offenses were moving the ball. A little surprising with that, considering there's only 7 points on the board, but kudos to these offenses so far, and good job by the defenses minimalizing the points.
Thermitis there on the carry. He goes for a few yards, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 4. They have to get to midfield for the first down. And Hollis Brookline with a nice long drive the first time, looking to extend this one, and right up the middle. And ball's on the turf. It looks like the Bobcats have that one. It looked like they did, and they did get the ball. So coughing it up and turning it over are the Cavaliers, and the Bobcats grab it. Let's take another look at that one. Just basically hitting the hole, but stripped out right as he crossed the line of scrimmage, and nobody in the vicinity except Bobcats players.
There was a good punch right on the football. I mean, it doesn't help if the ball's wet, but I think, regardless, that defense made a big play. And, we've seen a great game from Thermitis so far, but got to hold on to the football.
And there's the run, as we've seen. Bannon, he's used to that. He's been doing that all game, and the Cavaliers have just not really figured out a way to stop him. Gains 7 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down and short. The YCN scoreboard sponsor is LaValle Building Supply, home improvement and construction from concept to completion. Our YCN Game of the Week goes live with basketball this winter. Our first game is at Hopkinton, hosting the Newport Girls Friday, December the 6th at 7 p.m. on cable and at ycnnow.com. And off tackle there, 1st down. So now...
Yeah, they're just sticking with Bannon here on offense. I mean, why not? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, you don't need to get too creative if your one option is taking care of business.
Not counting the last 2 runs. The first quarter he had 6 for 64, so he's probably got 8 for 80 now. I mean,
right.
He's getting 10 yards of carry out there. If you're Plymouth, let's just keep this going.
Yeah, like I said, really no chance that they really need to change it up. Obviously, no sense in throwing the ball. They don't even need to hand it off to anyone else, as we see again. This time he's only a couple yards, but he has that kind of that sneak play just around the outside. He gets the lead blockers out in front of him, and He usually has been hitting the hole. That time, Cavaliers were able to wrap him up. 2nd down and 8.
Still not a pass attempt in this game. And I'm telling you, if you look up at these light towers, the rain's coming down sideways at this point.
Yeah, the wind is...
If you look at the poor fans out there, it is blowing their clothing around. Those cheerleaders got their
ponchos on. Yeah, the wind...
Nasty day out there.
The wind is worse than it was earlier. The rain was worse earlier. And that handoff falls forward for a couple of yards to bring up 3rd down and 6.
So 3rd and 6 typically would be a passing down, but if you're Plymouth, you'd be throwing directly into that nasty wind right now. So that might affect your decision-making here as well. And, I mean, they have been successful on the ground. I just say keep it on the ground, and I expect them to do that.
Well, yeah, and as you mentioned, you're not going to be throwing it into this wind. You're not going to be kicking it into this wind, so a punt is probably not an option at this point. You got 2 more tries to pick up 6 yards. Ball is spotted right just inside the 36-yard line, between the 35 and the 36 of the Cavaliers. And Bannon under center, a couple players moving in motion. Heavy on the right side, and the handoff goes to the right side, but wrapped up immediately is the ball carrier, and nice defensive effort by the Cavaliers to wrap up Robert Oliver, the senior running back.
Yeah, that one went nowhere for him. Hollis Brookline doing their best here to hang tough with this tough Plymouth offense and Cody Bannon.
And especially after fumbling the ball right around midfield and, giving the Bobcats somewhat of a short field, so defense needs to stand tall here on 4th down and 6. So as the Bobcats make their way to line of scrimmage, imagine they'd be keeping it on the ground. 4th and 6. And it is handed off and immediately wrapped up in the backfield. Nice defensive effort from the Cavaliers, and they force the turnover on down. So the Cavaliers will take it back. When we come back, you're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
I had broken my humerus. I went home in the care of the VNA, and I met a group of women that I'll never forget. All of them were, in a way, just the most therapeutic and totally understanding people I think I've ever met.
Lake Sunapee Region VNA and Hospice is your locally managed nonprofit home health care provider. It's your choice. Ask for us by name when home is where you want to be.
Welcome back. YCN Game of the Week. 2nd down and 5 for the Cavaliers. A nice 5-yard run on 1st down by the Cavaliers. So it'll be 2nd down and 5. Rain and wind continue here from Wildcat Stadium. And they fake the handoff. And the ball's kept by Wimmer, and he is immediately tackled a yard behind the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, that Plymouth defense all over it. And you can see him starting to both stack the boxes on both sides here. Those first drives, there was huge yards per carry. A lot of rushing yards. But eventually these defenses are going to adapt and start to change their play style a little bit and focus and hone in on that run game, and that's what it looks like both ways.
And again, the handoff there up the middle, and maybe gets to the line of or to the 1st down marker.
I think it's about a yard short.
It's going to be close. Thermidis is going to be spotted a yard short. Looks like that'll be at the 45. They need to get to the 46-yard line for the 1st down, and now you've got decision time here. Do you trust your team to just sneak forward for 1 yard, keep the offense on the field?
If we go back to the first quarter, you think, go for it. But, again, these defenses are getting stingy here, and this could get you in trouble if you go for this and don't get it.
And, plus, you do have the wind to your back here if you were going to elect to punt. And they will give it to Wimmer, and he falls forward. He's tripped up, but they're going to look like they're going to say he's going to have the 1st down. It was close. It looked like he had a huge hole, but then he got tripped up before he hit the hole.
Yeah, the defense got to him a little bit in the backfield there, tripping him up, but he got it by a yard. Again, risky play, but sometimes those risky plays pay off.
Got to take a chance. Championship game here, and they decided to do just that. From the 40-yard line, they get the 1st down from the 45, and so now 1st down at their own 47-yard line, halfway through the second quarter, and the handoff again to Quentin Wimmer. And again, he powers forward across midfield, another 4 or 5 yard gain. For over 11 years, Bubba's Bar and Grill has been providing hungry patrons with high-quality food and friendly service with a mission of delivering a remarkable experience to every visitor. And Bubba likes to remind you, we're having a lot of fun here. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 6. And this time it looks like Wimmer's going to keep it himself. And maybe falls forward and gains a couple yards. Spotting him at the 46-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down. So, nothing else. Plymouth is actually at least making Hollis Brookline work for it this drive. No chunk plays, making them at least get to 3rd down and work for it.
Yeah, this might be choreographed by these two teams. Just run the ball. I mean, we're down under 5 minutes on
I know.
the second quarter. It's unbelievable.
And again, this time, Quentin Wimmer gets the ball. And he gets a 1st down. So 1st down, Cavaliers, spotted at the 41-yard line. Clock continuing to move, as you mentioned. We're in almost to 4:30. And both these teams really not much on the scoreboard. Obviously, as you see 7-0, Plymouth opening drive. They look like they were going to be in control all game. Both offenses kind of sputtered out since that opening drive. And a 5-yard run there, 2nd down.
It's funny, at this point, even the plays that it looks like the defense is kind of holding tough, we're still going for 4 or 5 yards every time. I mean, both these offenses are still kind of rolling here. They need to get points on the board, though.
Stay tuned at the end of our telecast for the HR Clough Kearsarge Heating Turning Up the Heat Player of the Game. We will choose the team member that had the greatest impact on today's game. So 2nd down and 6. Inside 4 minutes to play before halftime. And the handoff again. Quentin Wimmer hurdles the defender. He's tripped up before he gets to the 1st down marker. And that'll bring up 3rd and short.
Yeah, Quentin Wimmer continues to be an active part of this offense here today.
Then you wonder if maybe they'll just try and hold this ball till the end of the half. He only got 3:20 to go.
Yeah, at this point, it's
couple 1st downs, and that's possible. Yeah, 3rd and short here. The handoff. Termitus with the 1st down, and another 1st down. You're at the 30.
That's the first carry
28.
for Midas since his fumble.
Right, yeah, that's true. Good point.
I wonder if that's why Wimmer might be seeing some more carries here, particularly on this drive. But, yeah, I mean, that was a big miscue for Thermitis. I mean, we would have more points on the board if it wasn't for that miscue.
And a handoff again. So there goes Thermitis off the right side, and he is able to get around the corner. 6 yards or so, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And we've got timeout on the field, 2nd down. And we're going to take a break. 2:47 to play. Plymouth leading Hollis Brookline 7-0, but the Cavaliers driving on the YCN Game of the Week.
The New Hampshire Heritage Collection by M.J. Harrington Jewelers is imagined and designed by our craftsmen, inspired by the natural beauty and special places that make New Hampshire extraordinary. The Old Man of the Mountain, Common Loon, Covered Bridge, Sap Bucket, and New Hampshire Lakes Collection are tributes to the story of the Granite State, made in America, handcrafted, uniquely yours, from M.J. Harrington Jewelers.
Warner's Main Street Bookends has been your community bookstore since 1998 and voted Yankee Magazine's Editor's Pick Must-See Bookstore. Bookends is a full-service store offering a huge selection of current fiction and nonfiction with children's book selection, toys, and games. Bookends has a huge card selection for all occasions, along with Main Street Marketplace and Gallery in the attached barn. 100% solar, Main Street Bookends of Warner is building your community one book at a time.
Welcome back. Out of the timeout, Quentin Wimmer off to the left side, and he's going to gain about 5 yards, 4 or 5 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down, or maybe 3rd down here.
Yeah,
3rd down and short, about 2 yards.
it's just, I don't even think we need to say it at this point with the conditions of what they are. I mean, this is a 2-down territory here.
Right? Well, you got the wind to your back. Kick a long field goal.
But I don't know if it's a straight wind. It's more of a swirling hurricane-ish wind out there. You're running the ball twice in a row here, I think.
Yeah, no question about that. And that one, Thermitis up the middle, and a first down.
So they don't have to make the decision. They just do it on the first play. And Thermitis, other than that fumble, has had quite a successful day. He's getting some yardage out there.
So that'll bring up first down. Thermitis with 12 attempts, 67 yards. And here he goes for another one off the right side, and he is pulled out of bounds. Clock will stop, 1:45 to play. And that'll be spotted just inside the 10-yard line. That'll bring up second down. And we'll see. When they reset the clock, once they reset the football, they will start the clock back up. So inside 90 seconds.
And you can see them slowing down at this point. I mean, they are using the whole play clock because they want to kill this clock.
And they're not going to kill it there as Quentin Wimmer runs in for the touchdown. And pending the extra point, the Cavaliers could tie this one up.
If I'm not mistaken, that is the first touchdown of the season for him. Here in the championship game.
So you see the handoff there. He gets Thermitis on the lead block. He picks out one defender, and he splits the hole. And then no problem taking care of the second Bobcat defender. That was number 19, Joe D'Ambroso, who couldn't quite tackle him at the goal line.
Yeah, you got your lead back Thermitis out there throwing the key block, good unselfish play. He's not getting the handoff there to go into the end zone, but he is making a key play to make sure they score.
So we'll keep it here, 2-point conversion, and QB keeper. He flips into the end zone, lands on his head, but the 2-point conversion is good, and the Cavaliers take the lead 8-7 on the 2-point conversion. So we'll take a break with 1:20 to play here before halftime. It's 8-7. Cavaliers lead the Bobcats. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
Why is it always time for pizza in New England? Because Ramonto's brick oven pizzas are popping up everywhere. With dough made fresh daily and baked in brick ovens, plus pasta, sandwiches, and artisan salads always from fresh ingredients, you're never far from good times and great food at Ramonto's. Ramonto's brick oven pizzas are the locally owned restaurants that make freshness taste so good. Want a piece of the pie? Visit Ramontos.com for franchise opportunities.
Welcome back. YCN Game of the Week. As you see there, quite the storm we've got brewing here in Durham, New Hampshire, but they're playing through it. Bobcats and the Cavaliers. Cavaliers getting the touchdown and going for the 2-point conversion. Take the lead 8-7.
Yeah, if you like old school football, ground and pound, these are the ideal weather conditions for you.
I mean, we were talking about during the break, this isn't just, hey, we're running the ball because we have a good team. This is, let's just hand it off to the closest guy and hope we don't fumble it.
That is essentially true. But
you can't even do like a pitch or any type of trick play.
The ironic thing is, though, is the offenses are actually moving the ball.
Right, and their offenses are designed for this type of football.
Correct. So, as a result, you get a very fast-moving quarter with a lot of first downs, not a lot of drives, just long drives. But, yeah, with that said, it's still just 8-7, one touchdown apiece.
The last drive was 15 plays, 64 yards, and that culminated with the 9-yard touchdown run from Quentin Wimmer. And then the 2-point conversion made it 8-7. And as we are almost at 40 seconds to play, can't imagine you're going to get much in the air, so if they break a big one, they might be able to score. If not, we'll go into the locker room 8-7 as the quarterback is able to break some tackles And nicely done there by Bannon. He's able to get to the 49.
That's some fantastic, magical Reggie Bush-like work right there. I mean, he was weaving from one side of the field to the other side of the field, making guys miss, and got a huge gain.
And it looks like Bannon hurt a little bit as he's walking off the field. He looks like he's kind of limping and kind of doubled over. So, timeout here on the field.
That could be a key play here. Bannon's had an outstanding half here, and there's just 25 seconds left. That would be a very tough loss for the Plymouth Bobcat team.
Yeah, including that big play by Bannon. He does have the bulk of the offense, I dare to say, for this Plymouth squad. He's got 11 attempts, 101 yards, and averaging 9.2 yards per carry along. There's a 29-yarder right there, and 25 seconds to go. Timeout on the field. Well, the Bobcats have one timeout left, so, they might be able to pull off another big run, call another timeout, but I just can't imagine, even in desperation, they can't throw anything up there.
You're not, especially with the wind right now, you're not going to get the ball from where they are to the end.
Yeah.
So, I mean, ideally, I guess you get a good chunk play here and get it down to maybe the 30. If you
then try something.
Then from that point, you call your timeout and you can try something to the end zone. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But, it's not going to be fun throwing into this wind and rain right now. It's going to be tough to grip the ball.
Right.
As well, without the wind. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough day to pass.
And they are going to try and drop back for our first pass, but then Bannon just says, no, I'll keep it myself, and he's able to evade one defender, gets tackled by another one just at the first down marker, see where they mark it if they do give him the first down.
And Bannon almost instantly, as soon as his drop back ended, pulled his head down and ran. So I think that might have been kind of a planned thing to open up space for him.
And 2nd down and 1. He didn't get the first down. There's not going to be any time left after this play. That is going to do it. They didn't call their timeout. They thought they could try and rush and get to the play. Then there was some confusion, and that is going to do it here from Wildcat Stadium. It's halftime in the Division II High School Football Championship game with the Hollis Brookline Cavaliers on top of the Plymouth Bobcats 8-7. We'll take a break and come back with some halftime statistics after this. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
Hi, this is Tom Hoyt, the social media coordinator for Mascoma Bank, and it's time to introduce our Student of the Month. Lebanon High School selecting Aaron Caruso, a senior. Aaron has had to overcome family challenges and is supporting himself by working a full-time job and is enrolled in a full schedule of classes, including 2 sciences. He comes to school every day with a positive attitude. He calls out his peers when they're negative, most people not realizing the hardship because of all of his optimism. He's personable, pleasant, engaging both with his peers and his staff, and he's embraced the Lebanon High School community. As one teacher said, I'm positive that the support he gets here has helped him persevere, and they're amazed by his strength every day. Mascoma Bank is a certified B Corporation and has been mutually owned since 1899. We strive to be a force for positive change for our customers, communities, and employees. Mascoma Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
No matter what season it is, you can always find the best in American and Italian cuisine at Bubba's Bar and Grill in Newbury, New Hampshire. Stop in to enjoy our fresh salads, hearty sandwiches, brick oven pizzas, the award-winning seafood chowder, and a new seasonal menu just right for the cooler months. Dine in or take out. You can check out our full lunch and dinner menus along with daily specials on our website each day as well. Bubba's Bar and Grill, just 2 miles from Mount Sunapee in the beautiful harbor of Newbury, New Hampshire.
William A. Smith Auction Gallery hosts 45 auctions a year. Our customer base is worldwide, and our reputation is for honesty and fairness.
One Rolex right there, $5,000, $3,000. I got 2 there, thank you. 20.
Join us for one of our live auctions. Check out the auction schedule on our website. Auction day is lively and fun.
Sold $3,381. Yeah, sold $253. Sold $850 straight away.
We look forward to seeing you on auction day.
Last call, 6.5.
Welcome to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Elizabeth Durazio, and
I'm your host, Abby Peel.
Coming to you from the town of Hopkinton.
Coming to you from the New London Barn Playhouse. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming on this beautiful day.
Beautiful day, perfect spring day.
We've been here as a staple in many of the communities. And
so many people that you get to meet and a wonderful community that you feel like you're always welcome in.
With this great opportunity of opening a restaurant that's really community focused.
So join us again next week
for a new edition of Yankee Chronicle.
In beautiful Plymouth, New Hampshire, 1766 Brewing is a new local favorite, serving classic pub fare and unique full-flavored beers with nano-quality brewing, specializing in handcrafted small batch artisan beer. That's because the brewing and second tap room is just down the road behind the Last Chair restaurant. And did we mention it's a great place to have a great time?
A casual, easygoing, fun place to stop. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. The atmosphere inside is fantastic, and I think it's for everybody.
At H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, we sell, install, tune, and repair heating and cooling systems and deliver your fuel oil and propane. But we're much more. With more frequent major weather events, don't say again, I should have installed a generator. H.R. Clough provides the best home generator systems available from Generac. Our highly trained personnel provide you a complete turnkey installation. For a free estimate, call the H.R. Clough Company today. Over 4 generations of local ownership and dependable service.
There's a big difference between a big box store and a LaValle Middleton building supply.
when you're a local store, you need to compete with the bigger chains. So we've combined our purchasing power with over 300 independent lumberyard and home centers, and we've passed those savings on to you.
Our customers have grown up with our stores, and now their kids are shopping here with our kids.
We have everything you need for any home improvement project you can think of.
And the possibilities are endless.
If we had a motto, it would be neighbors helping neighbors build a community.
Simple solutions in a challenging world. Let Echo Communications make your life simpler. From the beginning, creating design through the commercial print process and ending with custom mailing, all easily coordinated in one place. Echo Communications provides simple solutions in a challenging world. One place, many solutions. Learn more at echocominc.com.
Welcome back. Halftime here in Durham, New Hampshire, where the Hollis Brookline Cavaliers lead the Plymouth Bobcats 8-7 in what has been a run-heavy game, I guess we could say, Scott. I would say that would summarize it well.
Well, there hasn't been a single pass attempt in the game, so I would say that is an accurate assumption.
So 8-7, we had the Plymouth Bobcats going on top early, actually having a nice drive to start the game. It was over 60 yards. It was 6 plays, 63 yards, and they scored a touchdown. It looked like, hey, we were going to be going places today. And then all of a sudden, kind of went in the middle of the field for a little bit. Hollis Brookline stalled out, turning over on downs and then fumbling it, and then a punt. So the end of the half basically comes with a 15-play, 64-yard drive from the Cavaliers. They get the touchdown and punctuate it with the 2-point conversion, and that's where we stand, 8-7.
Yeah, I mean, that sums it up, right? I mean, it's especially the fact that it's the quarterback's rushing attack. I mean, you got Bannon, you got Wimmer, each on both sides. Bannon 12 for 110, Wimmer 11 for 67 and a touchdown. I mean, it's a quarterback run-heavy, basically just draw up the middle game, and there's nothing sexy about it. It's pouring, it's windy, it's just old school football.
And we talked about it kind of then towards the end of the second quarter, where these teams are kind of set up to do this type of offense. So even if the weather wasn't like this, you might still see this in the majority of the plays. You might see a little bit more creativity, maybe dropping back to pass on a couple of third downs. But for the most part, these teams are pretty run-heavy, as you mentioned, and also good defenses, as we mentioned at the outset. Plymouth, a good defense. So the weather makes it kind of exaggerates it, but this is kind of the style for these two teams.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much the game you'd expect, whether if it was sunny, rainy, windy, snowy, whatever. The defenses, it kind of surprises me because we know what the offense is going to do every time, and they are moving the football up and down the field. The defenses are getting tough around the goal line, though, and they've kept the points off the board, only holding each other to one touchdown apiece. But, for the most part, I'm a little surprised at how easily these offenses have been able to run the ball on one another.
Yeah, because like you mentioned, everyone knows what's coming as the...
There's no secrets out there at this point.
Right, the Cavaliers with 31 rush attempts, 154 yards, an average of 5 yards per rush, and the Bobcats 21 rushing attempts, 130 yards, 6.2 rushing yards per attempt.
And there you go. There's the entire offense.
That's
not a single passing yard, not a single passing attempt.
52 total runs and over 280 yards rushing, and they'll probably see more of that in the second half, I would imagine.
I mean, I don't expect to see anything else. It's just the conditions don't dictate a passing type second half.
Right.
I mean, it's too windy. It's wet and slippery out there. It's going to be hard to grip the ball to throw it. It's going to be hard to catch the ball. I just expect more running, and as long as the game's close, right? I mean, these teams don't have any reason to take any big chances, so I would expect more of the same.
And because they've been able to keep the ball for a good number of minutes, it really hasn't been that many possessions. There was the opening possession that went 63 yards in 6 plays by the Bobcats to score. Then the next possession was a 74-yard play, 74 yards, 13 plays, and ended in a turnover on downs. And then Plymouth took it back, 5 plays, 18 yards, and a punt, and then a fumble.
Which was the only punt of the game, amazingly.
That's true. It was
7 games.
Yes, it was the only punt of the game. And then Hollis Brookline goes 3 plays, 11 yards, a fumble, then a turnover on downs from the Bobcats, and then that touchdown there before the end of the first half.
If you're wondering how the field conditions are here at halftime, we just saw the benches blow over. So it's definitely not getting nicer out there for the second half.
That is for sure. So at halftime here from Wildcat Stadium, Hollis Brookline leads the Plymouth Bobcats 8-7. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
I had broken my humerus. I went home in the care of the VNA, and I met a group of women that I'll never forget. All of them were, in a way, just the most therapeutic and totally understanding people I think I've ever met.
Lake Sunapee Region VNA and Hospice is your locally managed nonprofit home health care provider. It's your choice. Ask for us by name when home is where you want to be.
Why is it always time for pizza in New England? Because Ramonto's brick oven pizzas are popping up everywhere. With dough made fresh daily and baked in brick ovens, plus pasta, sandwiches, and artisan salads always from fresh ingredients, you're never far from good times and great food at Ramonto's. Ramonto's Brick Oven Pizzas are the locally owned restaurants that make freshness taste so good. Want a piece of the pie? Visit Ramontos.com for franchise opportunities.
To me, it was a no-brainer to switch to the Anderson 400 Series window.
From the exterior of the house, you can't tell which windows are old and which windows are new. They're really very compatible.
I really appreciate the energy efficiency of the 400 Series.
Anderson, in my opinion, is the heavyweight champ.
Someone once said that trust is always earned, never given. With a 70-year heritage of diamond expertise, MJ Harrington Jewelers has earned the trust and respect of loyal customers for generations. Whether the occasion is a new beginning of life together or celebrating a decade's deep love, the professionals at Harrington's take time to understand our customers' dreams, then turn those dreams into exquisite reality. At MJ Harrington Jewelers, trust is as precious as the fine diamonds we offer. We look forward to earning your trust.
Hi, this is Tom Hoyt, the social media coordinator for Mascoma Bank, and it's time to introduce our Student of the Month. Congratulations to junior Hannah Talkman, nominated as the Kearsarge Regional High School Student of the Month. She's guided many new members to SWOCO and involved them in the team. Hannah's positive energy is contagious and led to a fantastic CARE, Community Actions Resulting in Experiences, conference at Colby Sawyer College with more than 120 participants. Hannah is an honor roll student, challenges herself with AP and honors level classes, also involved in student council, the varsity field hockey, and lacrosse teams. Hannah makes an impact in her community through those avenues and has been complimented by peers and adults alike for her sincerity and maturity. Mascoma Bank is a certified B Corporation and has been mutually owned since 1899. We strive to be a force for positive change for our customers, communities, and employees. Mascoma Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
William A. Smith Auction Gallery hosts 45 auctions a year. Our customer base is worldwide, and our reputation is for honesty and fairness.
Rolex right there, $5,000, $3,000. I got two there, thank you. 20.
Join us for one of our live auctions. Check out the auction schedule on our website. Auction day is lively and fun.
Sold $3,381. Yeah, sold $253. Sold $850 straight away.
We look forward to seeing you on auction day.
Warner's Main Street Bookends has been your community bookstore since 1998 and voted Yankee Magazine's Editor's Pick Must-See Bookstore. Bookends is a full-service store offering a huge selection of current fiction and nonfiction with children's book selection, toys, and games. Bookends has a huge card selection for all occasions, along with Main Street Marketplace and Gallery in the attached barn. 100% solar, Main Street Bookends of Warner is building your community one book at a time.
Welcome to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Elizabeth Durazio, and
I'm your host, Abby Peel.
coming to you from the town of Hopkinton.
Coming to you from the New London Barn Playhouse. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming on this beautiful day.
Beautiful day, perfect spring day.
We've been here as a staple in many of the communities. And
so many people that you get to meet and a wonderful community that you feel like you're always welcome in.
With this great opportunity of opening a restaurant that's really community focused.
So join us again next week
for a new edition of Yankee Chronicle.
You're watching the New Hampshire Association of Broadcasters' three-time award-winning YCN Game of the Week. Today we're at the University of New Hampshire for the State Division II Championship football game featuring the number 5 Hollis Brookline Cavaliers taking on the number 6 Plymouth Bobcats. The YCN Game of the Week is brought to you by Top Stitch Embroidery, the best for your team, and so much more. MJ Harrington and Company, jewelers and designers since 1948. William A. Smith Auction Gallery. They host 45 auctions yearly. Check the schedule on their website. Lake Sunapee Region VNA and Hospice, providing independence for patients and peace of mind for families. HR Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist. Much more than a home heating provider. La Valley Building Supply, 10 retail lumber yards serving New England for over 55 years. Ramonto's Brick Oven Pizza and more, always fresh. People, food, great times await you. Mascoma Savings Bank, with no shareholders to please, committed to remaining independent and to reinvesting profits in our community. Baba's Bar and Grill of Newberry Harbor, where Baba wants you to know we're having a lot of fun. And Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire.
Welcome back, YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Scott Quimby here from Wildcat Stadium on the campus of the University of New Hampshire here in Durham, New Hampshire, where the second half is about to get underway. As you see, we have the teams on the field, on their sidelines, getting ready to begin the second half, just under a minute. And as we talked about at the half, a lot of running plays, and you would imagine that will continue, but we did just notice that the wind and rain have subsided a little bit. Still going strong, but
the wind actually picked up for a bit at halftime. Blew the benches over like we mentioned, and it was generally just nasty. But the rain has died down a bit. It's still coming. It's still coming down, and it's not going to be much easier for them, but certainly slowing down. So we'll see if that affects the game at all. Maybe opens things up a little bit. I mean, we got, like we mentioned a couple times, we got a QB in Wimmer who threw for 2,600 yards and 28 touchdowns.
Right, he's certainly capable.
They have a passing offense, yet they haven't attempted a single pass yet today. I mean, that just shows how bad the conditions have been. So.
Yeah, if the weather cooperates. And it looks like Hollis Brookline getting to their side of the field. They will be receiving the opening kick. They kicked off to start the game as Plymouth took the opening drive down and were able to score the touchdown on 6 plays, 63 yards, to go up 7-0. And then, like I mentioned, the 2-point conversion, that's where we sit 8-7. So 12 minutes on the clock, third quarter, and we should be set to go.
And the way this game is going, that 2-point conversion could play hugely into the final score. Because I think you're going to have a close one here.
And you got to imagine that's what the coaches were thinking, saying, hey, if we don't get it, we've got plenty of time. Hopefully we can get another score and get it. But if we do get it, you're right, that kind of puts that extra point in your pocket and maybe a little pressure on the Bobcats if they score. So here we go. We are underway in the second half. Kick is a low squib kick and falling on it. And it'll be started at the 32-yard line. That's where the Cavaliers will take over.
I would consider that a successful squib kick there. And the reason why they're so effective in high school, a lot of times players have to go down to the ground to corral the ball. And, of course, if you touch the ball and you're on the ground here in high school football, you're automatically down. So you saw the player make the play, a nice play, caught the ball cleanly, but the whistle blows the second he touches it.
So it'll be first down from the 32-yard line. That's where Cavaliers will take over. And the handoff there to Quentin Wimmer. And he picks up maybe enough for a first down. And they will say, yes, it is enough for the first down.
Quentin Wimmer had a successful first half. He managed 11 carries for 67 yards and a touchdown.
So that'll bring up first and 10. A little screen pass there, swinging it out to Wimmer. And the completion brought up to the 44-yard line, maybe the 45. And that'll bring up second down after a pickup of 3 yards, second down and 7. So that was officially the first pass. It was only a screen pass, but it was a pass nonetheless.
It counts. We get something in that column now.
Something in the air. And up the middle, giving it back to Thermitis. And he's able to break free and carrying 5 or 6 defenders with him and a first down across the 40-yard line.
My goodness, what a strong run that was. He carried 5 guys, I think, for about 10 yards.
And here we look at that one again. Just an inside quick handoff. And then after breaking past the line of scrimmage, drags one guy. And then it takes about half the team to pull him down, and they're at the 37-yard line.
I was counting the yards as we were watching the replay. After initial contact, he gained another 14 yards.
Not bad.
No, that's some power running right there, Mike.
And as you mentioned, as we talked about, that's why these teams are running the ball. Obviously, the weather does have somewhat of an effect on this, but these teams are really good at running the football.
I mean, they're successful at it. So if you're successful at it and the weather conditions dictate run the ball, then run the ball. It's as simple as that. So. We did see a pass here, but it's a screen pass, which is essentially,
somewhat of a run, yeah. And there's Thermitis again. Or no, excuse me, that's number 28. First carry for number 28. Trying to find him on the program here. Kyle Manley. And that's a first down.
a very fast drive here. We're already down at the 25-yard line.
Only a few plays and first down.
Hollis Brookline looking to make a statement.
And Wimmer's able to jump over one defender. He's tackled at the 20-yard line. Today's game is being brought to you in part by Ramonto's Brick Oven Pizza. You're never too far from great food and good times at Ramonto's, the locally owned restaurants that make freshness taste so good. So second down and about 6 from the 20-yard line. Seen one pass so far in this half, and Wimmer hands it off to Thermitis, and he breaks free up the middle and across the 15. Should be enough for a first down for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, we expected more of the same. That's exactly what we're getting. And Thermitis, aside from his fumble, of course, he's having an outstanding day out there.
And as they keep the ball on the ground, clock continues to move. Inside 10 minutes to play, and again, giving it to Thermitis. He cuts along the right side, almost gets to the corner, but he's tackled by a host of defenders. And the Bobcats wrap him up and bring him down. Bring up second down. Does manage to gain a few yards, spotting the ball just outside the 10.
This is what we've seen so far, though. The team smooths the ball downfield, and things get close to the end zone, and the defense is tighten up. So we'll see if Plymouth can hold on.
And there's Wimmer trying to get something going, keeping it himself.
It's a little short.
But still a nice little gain there on second down and second down and 6. Excuse me. Now will be.
It's I believe it's fourth down now. The sticks out there say third, but I believe it's fourth down.
And the ref's gonna make sure everything's all set. It is third down. Just making sure, I guess, I don't know if the players are all set or what the delay is on the field. Today's game is being brought to you in part by Echo Communications. Call them for all your printing needs. Our YCN Game of the Week goes live with basketball this winter. Our first game is at Hopkinton, hosting the Newport Girls Friday, December the 6th at 7 p.m. on cable and on YCNnow.com. Ball is on the ground. Thermitis looks like he fell back on it, and the refs say yes, he did, so that'll bring up fourth down.
Yeah, and that mishandle right there is going to prevent them from getting the first down. And they're going to have to go for it here now on fourth down.
And
big opportunity for Plymouth here. Could be outstanding. I mean, we got a long drive here, but it'd be outstanding for them to keep the points off the board.
I mean, we've already gone through 5.5 minutes of this first quarter, of the third quarter, this first drive in the second half. And looking over to the sideline are the Cavaliers trying to get the play. This game is being brought to you by Top Stitch Embroidery, the best for your team and so much more. With both embroidery and screen printing in-house, their team will make your team look the best that it can be. And the handoff by Wimmer, and he goes into the end zone.
Just a backbreaker right there from Plymouth. Fourth down, and untouched Wimmer. Just a little draw play to the left side. Huge hole opened up. I mean, let's take a look at this blocking here. Outstanding.
Yeah, nice blocking all along.
72.
And wide open hole, and putting the Cavaliers up 14-7.
I have to find names. My sheet's out of order here. But.
So the 2-point conversion, they're going to go for it again, and Quentin Wimmer is able to fall into the end zone, and he gets the 2-point conversion.
And that'll make it a 2-score game, mind you.
16-7, 2 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions. It's 16-7 with 8:06 to play here in the third quarter. Division II championship game. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
In beautiful Plymouth, New Hampshire, 1766 Brewing is the new local favorite, serving classic pub fare and unique full-flavored beers with nano-quality brewing, specializing in handcrafted small batch artisan beer. That's because the brewing and second tap room is just down the road behind the Last Chair restaurant. And did we mention it's a great place to have a great time?
A casual, easygoing, fun place to stop. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. The atmosphere inside is fantastic, and I think it's for everybody.
Simple solutions in a challenging world. Let Echo Communications make your life simpler. From the beginning, creating design through the commercial print process and ending with custom mailing, all easily coordinated in one place. Echo Communications provides simple solutions in a challenging world. One place, many solutions. Learn more at echocominc.com.
Welcome back. YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Scott Quimby. 7:59 to play here in the third quarter after the kickoff from the Cavaliers. The Bobcats of Plymouth will start with the football at their own 36-yard line. And a nice opening drive there to start the second half by the Cavaliers, Scott.
It was indeed, and it puts Plymouth in a bit of a hole here. I mentioned right before I went to break that two-point conversion made it a two-score game now. So Plymouth's got to look for a couple scores here. Now, they've shown the opportunity to move the football, but they got to actually show some points on the board here.
And the play there by Bannon, he scampers forward for about 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
And that's what's been successful for them so far. He had 12 carries for 110 yards in the first half. When your QB has 12 carries for 110 yards, you got to put more than 7 points on the board, Jeremy. It's just the way it is. So they need to execute and find the end zone here a little bit more.
Bannon's going to keep it himself. He's got some room, and it looks like he's got enough for the first down. So a nice couple of runs coming out on this first drive of the second half for the Bobcats. Remember, they scored a touchdown, their only touchdown on the first drive of the first half with that first nice 60-yard drive to open the game, and now looking to repeat that feat here to start the second half, their first possession of the second half. We approach 7 minutes to play. Today's game is being brought to you in part by William A. Smith Auction Gallery, who hosts 45 auctions yearly, many in their auction house in Plainfield, New Hampshire. Check out the auction schedule on their website. And the handoff up the middle, going for a couple of yards. Bring up second down. Clock continuing to move with the one pass play that we've seen. And it was a completed pass play, so basically the clock doesn't stop much in this game.
Yeah, it's definitely been one of the faster games I've been a part of.
I mean, we're approaching that 6-minute mark, which would be halfway through the third quarter. And second down, and about 8 to go.
Tony Roma right here. We're going to get a run play.
Okay, let's see.
They're lined up in a run formation. We're going to get a run play here.
And they do hand it off. And that's a new ball carrier, I believe, number 23. I don't think we've seen him or called his number, Robert Oliver.
Nice job there by Hollis Brookline, though, stopping the last two runs, in fact. And it's going to be about a 3rd and 4, maybe a long 4. Midfield here, you're probably going to see 2 plays. I don't know if it's worth punting in this weather.
Once again, you're back into the wind, I think.
It would be kicking into the wind. That is correct. So probably still signs from this defense.
So here's third down, and the handoff again goes to Oliver, and that will be actually his 6th carry. He's been kind of quiet. Before that carry, it was 5 carries for 10 yards. So although he did have a handful of carries, not a lot of yardage. And there's his 6th carry, and gets him a first down, and that'll bring up first down and 10 from the 39-yard line.
I mean, other than Bannon running the football, quite frankly, the Plymouth offense has been pretty stagnant. Their running backs haven't done much. It's pretty much all come from Bannon out of the quarterback position. I feel like they're going to have to mix it up here a little bit.
So there's going to be a timeout on the field. 5:14 to play in the third quarter. 16-7 our score. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
No matter what season it is, you can always find the best in American and Italian cuisine at Bubba's Bar and Grill in Newbury, New Hampshire. Stop in to enjoy our fresh salads, hearty sandwiches, brick oven pizzas, the award-winning seafood chowder, and a new seasonal menu just right for the cooler months. Dine in or take out. You can check out our full lunch and dinner menus along with daily specials on our website each day as well. Bubba's Bar and Grill, just 2 miles from Mount Sunapee in the beautiful harbor of Newbury, New Hampshire.
Welcome back. YCN Game of the Week. 5:14 to play. As you see, rain and wind coming down, and basically been windy for this entire game. The rain has kind of come and gone, but it's really that wind that is making these teams keep the ball on the ground. No sense in passing.
Yeah, if there's not a lot of wind, you can still throw the football. You can still make plays downfield, but when the wind is just coming out sideways like this, it's tough to get a touch on the football. And it's going from one end zone to the other, so you're either going to underthrow or overthrow. It's a very difficult situation.
And I'll keep it there on second down. Getting it up to the 35-yard line. Watch our Yankee Chronicle every week on this station at 8 p.m. on Saturdays, followed by Wicked Yankee. If you miss any of our local programs on our 3 YCN network stations, you can always watch them anytime on our website at ycnnow.com. So that'll bring up second down and 6 from the 35-yard line.
So what I was saying before the break, we saw Bannon with another nice run there. I think they're going to have to start to get some other people involved. I mean, you mentioned Robert Oliver had a nice run there before the break. But they're very one-dimensional so far as their success moving the football. And they look like they are starting to go back to Oliver. He had only a few carries in the first half, but now, like you mentioned, he picked up that first down last time, and right there almost gets the first down. So he's now up to 7 carries, and he's over 20 yards. But you're right, the other two guys, D'Ambrosio and Cleary, 6 carries for 18 yards. So yeah, you're right, Bannon is really 90% of their offense at this point. Which is just not going to get it done when you're down 2 scores, when you're that one-dimensional. I mean, you can stop that as an offense, or at least slow it down enough where they run the clock out on themselves, quite frankly. So if you bring in other options, it allows you for play fakes and maybe to get some big chunk plays.
And this time they're going to give it to Oliver again. He falls forward, and they look like they've got something working along that right side as Oliver picks up another first down, and they move the chains. So 3:43 to play here, and now it looks like Plymouth trying to get it going here on their first drive of this second half, and we're only approaching 3:30.
Yeah, probably their only drive.
Right.
Of the third quarter.
Heck, it might not even end before the third quarter ends. We don't know. You pick up a couple first downs, you take your time, you could really milk 3 minutes out of this drive. Now, does the center actually, he runs out of the huddle, does he know the play already, or is he just hoping?
Excellent question. I've noticed that a few times. I mean, he's been doing it
every time.
All game here.
And again, the handoff, this time they'll go to the other side, and that is met immediately at the line of scrimmage. Slammed backwards, number 40, and that's Cleary. Joe Cleary, the senior. That's just his 4th carry.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, the center is basically the quarterback of the offensive line. He's the one giving the signals to the other offensive linemen, typically. So you would think he would be the last guy out of the huddle, if anything, which is not what we're seeing. It's just it's a unique way of doing things here.
So second down and 9. Inside 2.5 minutes to play. Bannon again off to the right side. And again, he goes forward for 4 yards. Not enough for a first, but it is a good chunk there, and that'll bring up third down and about 5. 21-yard line is where they'll spot it. So we're just about 2 minutes to play in the third quarter.
Which is still, I can't say it enough. I mean, that's unbelievable. 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. It just started.
So basically, each team's going to have the ball one time in this quarter.
Essentially.
Hollis Brookline gets the touchdown. They get the 2-point conversion. And now here's Plymouth on a long drive. A lot of movement up front. That's going to be a false start. And finally, we get a clock stoppage. And that is the false start. So they'll march that back from the 21-yard line, put it at the 26-yard line, and that's where it'll be third down. And about 15. Or 3rd and 10, excuse me. Back to the original line of scrimmage.
That really makes things difficult here. It's obviously 2-down territory, like it's been all game when you're down here at this end of the field. You can't kick in this weather. But when you know you're running the ball twice in a row, which is likely what they're doing, a 3rd and 5 and a 3rd and 10 is a humongous difference. So they need a good play here on 3rd down.
And another handoff, and this time dragged down as the ball carrier. It looks like he fought through the first set of tacklers and actually gained a pretty nice amount of yardage, but he's short by a couple yards.
I mean, that's exactly what they needed right there. There was some good fight right there, and carrying defenders, getting that extra yardage, it's absolutely huge. when it was a 3rd and 10, you know when they're going to go for a 4th down, you can see.
Look at him fighting for yardage.
His offensive lineman pushing him, carrying him, 71 in there, 55, essentially just moving him along. A little bit of a rugby scrum situation, but a heck of a job staying up.
So now 4th down and 4. Bobcats need to get this one to keep the drive alive, and they'll kick it to the outside. Bannon runs into some traffic, and he is going to be shut down on the outside, and that's going to be a turnover on downs, and the Cavaliers will take over. So, couldn't do anything creative. The wind's picking up. You can't kick the field goal. You know they're going to go for it. You know that's the play they've been running all game.
Bannon, right?
Bannon to the right side.
On a big 4th down, you want to take away their biggest weapon, which has clearly been Bannon, and that's exactly what they did. They were all over the play and stuffed him for basically a no gain.
So the Cavaliers take over with 17 seconds to go here in quarter number 3, and Thermitis gets the handoff. He gets to the corner. It's a foot race. He's got one guy to beat at the 35, the 30, 25, 20. He slipped and then falls down after a huge gainer and a 1st down for the Cavaliers.
Well, that's one way to end the quarter.
What a gain there.
Hollis Brookline is in a commanding position right now, and Thermitis is, since his fumble, since he came back, it seemed like he missed a few downs there. He at least didn't get the ball for a bit, but he's come back and he is having a humongous game.
And that's a 60-yard gain, and that's going to end the 3rd quarter. The Cavaliers lead the Bobcats 16-7. We've got 1 quarter of football left in the Division II Championship game. You're watching YCN.
William A. Smith Auction Gallery hosts 45 auctions a year. Our customer base is worldwide, and our reputation is for honesty and fairness.
Rolex right there, $5,000, $3,000. I got 2 there, thank you. 20.
Join us for one of our live auctions. Check out the auction schedule on our website. Auction day is lively and fun.
Sold $3,381. Yeah, sold $253. Sold $850 straight away.
We look forward to seeing you on auction day.
Last call, 6.5.
Welcome back. About to get underway with the 4th quarter here from Wildcat Stadium in Durham, New Hampshire. Jeremy Stout, Scott Quimby, you see the score there, 16-7. Hollis Brookline Cavaliers in position, maybe to punch another one in after the 60-yard run. Thermitis, big run there, Scott, to end that 3rd quarter.
Yeah, that's just a dagger to Plymouth. They moved the ball all the way downfield, and they got into red zone-ish area and just couldn't convert on 4th down, and now it's just the running show here for oh goodness.
For Hollis Brookline as Wimmer goes to the outside, and Quentin Wimmer with the big gain inside the 5, and now they're knocking on the door to really, you don't want to say put it away, but the way that the ball is being moved here, I don't know how many drives Plymouth has left.
They might only have 1, which is the problem, right? They're already out of time. The way things have been going. These drives are going so long. It's insane.
And Wimmer keeps it himself. No problems there, because basically you're just going to shave another 30 seconds off the game clock.
It's been a fantastic combo, too, for Hollis Brookline between Thermitis and then the 2 Wimmers.
Yep.
They're mixing it up well between 3 of them, which is not what Plymouth's doing. It's been just the Bannon story over there. But, they're splitting the carries. They're all 3 of them out there at the same time, so you just don't know which one's going to run it. Even though they're not passing the ball, it's at least keeping the defense guessing a little bit.
And that's going to be a false start, so that'll move backwards 5 yards. As we see false start there, moving back 5 yards. Today's game is being brought to you in part by Mascoma Savings Bank, mutually owned with no shareholders to please. If you want your local game, event, parade, or concert televised into YCN's broadcast area, contact us at info@ycnnow.com.
And, it's going to be tough for Plymouth to make a comeback here, because if you look at these light towers, Jeremy, take a look at the rain coming down right now.
Yep.
It picked right back up, and we got ourselves a touchdown.
Quentin Wimmer off the right side, fighting through some traffic and getting into the end zone. And now 22-7. Got to imagine the Cavaliers will go for 2 again. That's kind of what they do. As we take another look at it here. Kind of goes to the left side and then says, nope, I'll go back to the other side. Cuts it back, shakes one tackler, and gets it into the end zone. Nice stiff arm there.
Call it 3 broken tackles on the play. Nice shifty move. Excellent job right there.
So nice job by the Cavaliers, and they will go for 2. And it's kept by Wimmer. He ducks one tackler, and then he puts it into the end zone, and a touchdown, or excuse me, a 2-point conversion. Cavaliers, 24-7. So with 10:51 to play, 24-7 our score. We'll take a break. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
At H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, we sell, install, tune, and repair heating and cooling systems and deliver your fuel oil and propane. But we're much more. H.R. Clough installs water conditioning systems to purify your water and add life to your hot water heating system. Now is the perfect time for one of our expert staff to evaluate your needs. For a free estimate, call H.R. Clough today. Over 4 generations of local ownership and dependable service.
Welcome back. YCN Game of the Week. 10:44 to play in regulation here as the wind has picked back up. The rain still continues to come down, and the Plymouth Bobcats take over on the 32-yard line. And, Scott, this has got to be one of those drives where it's a must-score, and it's really a must-score TD.
Well, it's not just a must-score TD. They got to do it fast. I mean, the way the game is flowing here, it's just going by so quick because it's all runs. And this drive is going to probably be all runs for them. You only got 11 minutes left, under 11 minutes, and you need 3 scores. This has to be a score, and it has to be quick.
And they're going to go to the air. They've got a man, but he dropped it just in and out of the hands of Cale Swanson. And Plymouth looked like they might have got something there.
Amazingly, a pass play, right? But
and the player was open.
Unfortunately, it was dropped. I mean, it's certainly a wet ball. Look at this pass here.
It's a nice pass.
Right on the numbers, you just couldn't pull it in. Again, wet, slippery ball. Give the kid a break. These are not tough conditions, especially when you're turning around looking up. You get the wind and rain blowing right in your face. But that's a tough break for Plymouth. That could have been a huge chunk play, exactly what they needed.
So we'll see what they do. I mean, you get the wind to your back, as whether that helps or hurts. Obviously, you got to move the ball. And this time, the handoff, the sweep, going to the right side, and then he's going nowhere. That's Bannon who takes the handoff. And it's going to be maybe a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, interesting way to get Bannon the ball there. He's your really only offensive weapon so far, and they're finding creative ways to try to get him the ball. Obviously having other people take the snap and handing it off to him, but defense, Hollis Brookline's just they're on it right now. They're clearly got the momentum going here for them.
Yeah, their defense has really stepped it up after that opening drive, like I said, which was a 63-yard touchdown drive. They really haven't given up many more yards. Obviously, they've given up no passing yards, and they've only given up 120 rushing yards since that opening drive. And they're going to drop back to pass again, but here comes Bannon, who's going to keep it himself as a wise move, and he's able to get the first down across the 40-yard line, almost to the 45.
Yeah, huge first down play right there. I mean, if he got anything other than, back to the line of scrimmage, they would have been in trouble.
Right, and he decided to pull it down, as we talked about. Once he thinks he needs to pull it down, he needs to kind of pull it down and go for it, and he did it there, and he did it at the right time and got the first down.
I mean, the defense was in the backfield. It looks like they were trying to pass again. I mean, that had sack written all over it. So, again, just getting back to the line of scrimmage, and making a positive play out of that is a win for him. But not only that, he gets an extra 11 yards in the first down.
So first down coming up from the 44-yard line. Clock moving as we approach 9 minutes to play here in the final quarter of regulation. And stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Maybe loses a yard. We'll see where they spot it. And it's going to be second down. And once again, clock moving here.
I mean, on that 11-yard scramble, I did kind of see something. Like, Bannon is very good in the pocket, avoiding the pressure. And in a passing situation, he's very good at scrambling the football. Obviously, the field opens up. We know he's a very good runner. It's almost like a pass-run option in that sense. I think they need to just go for it at this point. Call pass plays, and if Bannon runs it, he runs it.
So we'll see what they do here on second down and 10. They do indeed do that pass play. They do have a man open, and it's the same man who dropped it. This time he comes up with it. That's Swanson, and he's forward across the 35-yard line, almost to the 30-yard line. First down for the Bobcats.
Great route by Swanson. Nice catch that time, but Bannon showing the ability to drop it in there nicely, just like he did last time. He put it right onto his chest.
And this time Swanson's able to hold on to it as...
Just long enough, too. I mean, he was under duress. He took a hit there at the end of it, but you can see he delivered that pass perfectly.
And that ball goes to D'Ambroso. And that's a gain of 3 yards inside the 30. And now it looks like Bobcats might have something going, but they do have to quickly score here as we're inside 8 minutes to play.
Meanwhile, there's a hurricane outside.
Cody Bannon. Cody Bannon calling out the signal, gives it D'Ambroso again. He falls forward across the 25. He'll come up short by about 3 yards. That'll bring up third down and 3.
In a 3-score football game, if I'm Hollis Brookline, I'm almost okay with them calling run plays at this point. I mean, we're down to under 7.5 minutes already. 3 scores they need, Jeremy.
Right. I mean, even a first down, even 3 yards, is taking 30 seconds every play. As we see the stuff there at the line of scrimmage. Nice defense from the Cavaliers. And here's where you got fourth down and 3 yards to go.
You're obviously going for it. You're not going to waste the timeout either because
you're going to need them.
At this time, you're going to need them. So you got to dial something up here creative and get that 4 yards.
And I don't think the wind's strong enough to kick a 42-yard field goal.
Not at all. I would not even attempt it. I mean, even if the wind was strong enough, it's still not exactly, a straight wind out here today.
And they're going to keep it this time and tripped up. Oh, we might have gotten enough after his second effort. They are going to mark him at the first down spot, 21-yard line. That is a first down. Good call.
So they got the first down. Bravo, good job. Now they're going to start thinking about taking some shots at the end zone here. 6.5 minutes. The clock just keeps ticking away for this team. Hollis Brookline is also probably clock watching, thinking about that championship.
Right, I mean, they're not in any hurry, as you see. Today's game is being brought to you in part by Mascoma Savings Bank, mutually owned with no shareholders to please. If you want your local game, event, parade, or concert televised into YCN's broadcast area, contact us at info@ycnnow.com.
You're reading that promo, I'm looking down there at the most miserable cheerleaders I've ever seen.
Yeah, they got their ponchos on, they're out there, give them credit, but can't be fun.
They earned it. They earned their credit today.
And that one is maybe a yard. Spotted at the 20-yard line. That'll bring up second down and 9.
And again, Hollis Brookline saying, thank you.
Well, you look at every run play, they're running 30 seconds off the clock. You've got to have 2 plays when you go up to the line of scrimmage so you can just run a hurry up because really...
These huddles that they're doing here, they're just way too long and slow here.
I mean, they got into this huddle at 5:43 on the clock, and we're already at 20 seconds off, and they're yet to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Their center knows what's up, though.
He's the first one there. All right, so if you're the Bobcats, second down and 9, you need to score quickly, at least put some pressure on, and they're going to throw it. They have a man in the corner, underthrown, though, and a penalty flag flies, and that could be defensive pass interference.
I believe it is. I mean, you got to take chances. Finally, they took a chance. I'm very happy they did that, and that's if it is a defensive pass interference, like I think, we'll see on the replay here what we can tell, but I believe it's Yeah,
Yep.
he just wasn't looking, and he didn't allow the receiver to come back and get the ball. So that's a defensive pass interference, and that's going to put the ball at like the 1 yard line. That's exactly what they needed. You got to take chances. Good things can happen.
And you do get the clock stoppage there with 5:04 to play. That was A.J. Johnson guilty in the coverage, and so he's still pleading his case to the referee. But a clear pass interference.
He didn't turn his head around. He wasn't playing the ball, and the receiver was looking at the ball, and he tried to cut back and come into it. The defender ran into him, and it's an easy.
And actually the fact that it was underthrown actually helped the case of the Bobcats because he couldn't let the return man. So if he throws a good throw, it's probably not pass interference. It's probably just going to be a breakup.
Or a touchdown.
Well, or a touchdown, right. So the ball's inside the 10-yard line, not quite to the 9, but it will be 1st and goal.
So they've given just the 5-yard variety on this one, it looks like.
So they get an automatic 1st down, so at least you get 4 tries from the 9.
Keep taking shots.
You still have one receiver up top, and they're going to keep it as Bannon runs it along the right side, his play that he's done quite often today, and not much going there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So we'll watch the clock again, see how long it takes for Hollis Brookline to get a playoff. Plymouth to get a playoff. There's about 4:50.
Well, they're finally starting. They didn't huddle up that time. They're finally starting to move. I mean, it's still going to take them 15 seconds.
Yeah.
As Bannon's going to throw it again. He's got a man in the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown. Touchdown catch, number 34, Cale Swanson.
Oh, Plymouth.
Well, they're on the board here in the second half.
They're trying to stay in this thing here.
And a beautiful play. Rolls out to his left, kind of stops. He's got plenty of time. And Swanson.
Coverage, he just got lost. The coverage missed him.
Wide open there.
So, obviously, you're going to go for 2 here, I would guess, if you're Plymouth. But then after that, no matter what happens here, you're just going to go for an onside kick. There's 4:32 left.
I mean, I think you have to. You haven't been able to stop this team, whether you give them the ball at the 50 or the 30. I don't think it matters.
And there's only 4:32 left. So
You do have some timeouts, but so they will be going for 2 here to try and cut this to a 9-point game.
First things first, get this.
And they'll draw it back. Swanson again open in the end zone, and it's overthrown, so that will fall incomplete. 24-13. He was there, but
he took too long getting rid of it.
So with 4:32 to play here in quarter number 4, it's 24-13. We'll take a break. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
I had broken my humerus. I went home in the care of the VNA. And I met a group of women that I'll never forget. All of them were, in a way, just the most therapeutic and totally understanding people I think I've ever met.
Lake Sunapee Region VNA and Hospice is your locally managed, nonprofit home health care provider. It's your choice. Ask for us by name when home is where you want to be.
Welcome back. 4:32 to play in quarter number 4, 24-13. And we have an onside kick maybe coming. We'll see what they do. You would imagine it's an onside kick. But we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have a lot of, like we were discussing before the break, you don't have a lot of options here with 4:32 left. But, yeah, like you said, we'll see. Does look like they're kind of set up for it.
And here it is, and the one hop gets through, and ball is loose. Did the Bobcats recover it? They're saying they did.
Yeah, this is a 50-50 call here.
And they say the Bobcats have the football.
We might just have ourselves a game, Jeremy Stout.
So let's take another look at that one. Great onside kick.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
Perfect. Stays in bounds, and then it's tipped by 2 players, and then finally jumped on by a Bobcat player.
Of course, it's a wet football, too. These
Right.
conditions are horrible. You know, it's ideal onside kick conditions, if you will. But very good job by them.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 from the 36-yard line. And kind of a double fake, and they're going to pass it. Nobody down there, though.
Yeah, he saw that his man wasn't open on the little reverse pass play there, and he didn't want to throw it, and then it looks like he kind of just chucked it over his head and made the safe pass play.
So that'll be 2nd down and 10, 4:20 to play. Well, I mean, you got life. 11 points down. You're still down 2 scores. And we'll see if they can come up with something.
I mean, I still think they need to take shots. I mean, they still need to be quick here. I mean, 4:20 is not a lot of time. And they're obviously down 11 points. So you got to put it in the end zone twice.
Timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. 24-13. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
Harrington Jewelers is imagined and designed by our craftsmen, inspired by the natural beauty and special places that make New Hampshire extraordinary. The Old Man of the Mountain, Common Loon, Covered Bridge, Sap Bucket, and New Hampshire Lakes collection are tributes to the story of the Granite State. Made in America, handcrafted, uniquely yours, from M.J. Harrington Jewelers.
Warner's Main Street Bookends has been your community bookstore since 1998 and voted Yankee Magazine's Editor's Pick Must-See Bookstore. Bookends is a full-service store offering a huge selection of current fiction and nonfiction with children's book selection, toys, and games. Bookends has a huge card selection for all occasions, along with Main Street Marketplace and Gallery in the attached barn. 100% solar, Main Street Bookends of Warner is building your community one book at a time.
Welcome back, YCN Game of the Week. Final 4:20 here in regulation. Bobcats trying to get into the end zone here and come back. They were down big, but they've got a touchdown and the onside kick, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
Reeled that in, a heck of a catch.
Once again, that's the big man, number 34, Cale Swanson. He's been responsible for the kind of this comeback with the touchdown, and now the big catch there.
Here. I mean, I wish they tried this earlier. Not a single pass attempt for either team in the first half.
And then they go again, but that one's jumped, and it's picked off, and they finally jumped the route, and the interception by the Cavaliers, and they'll take over on the 17-yard line.
Unfortunately, that one just came out of his hand a little bit lazy there.
Yeah, just maybe forcing it a little bit much.
Yeah, he got a little confident. Here's the replay, but you can see he doesn't really set his feet. He kind of throws off his back foot, fading away into double, triple coverage, whatever you want to call it. You have to push the issue if you're Plymouth. You almost can't blame him, but that one, it seemed like there could have been better options.
So the Cavaliers will take over. They'll spot the ball. It might have been I guess it was a penalty, and they're still going to keep the ball. The penalty was after the interception. They will keep it, but it will be spotted just across the 8-yard line.
Yeah, I didn't see what the penalty was. I'm just assuming it was a hold or some sort of
block on the return. So the Cavaliers take over, 4 minutes to play with the 24-13 lead. And the handoff there up the middle. You're going to see that a lot on this drive. Inside 4 minutes to play. No need to rush if you're the Cavaliers, but a timeout on the field. Stopping the clock are the Bobcats. 24-13. And we'll take a break as well. 3:54 to play in the Division II Championship game. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
Why is it always time for pizza in New England? Because Ramonto's brick oven pizzas are popping up everywhere. With dough made fresh daily and baked in brick ovens, plus pasta, sandwiches, and artisan salads always from fresh ingredients, you're never far from good times and great food at Ramonto's. Ramonto's Brick Oven Pizzas are the locally owned restaurants that make freshness taste so good. Want a piece of the pie? Visit Ramontos.com for franchise opportunities.
We're back here in Durham, New Hampshire, where it is 2nd down and 9 for the Cavaliers. Final 4 minutes here of the fourth quarter, and the handoff there to Quentin Wimmer, along the left side. He's got the first down and more, and out of bounds at the 32-yard line.
A successful day continues, and that is not what Plymouth needed. They needed a quick 3-and-out right there. if they wanted any hope here. And now we've got a lot of breathing room here for Hollis Brookline, and
just an easy handoff. A lot of daylight in front of him.
he had that one little ankle tackle to break, and that was it for Wimmer. Just excellent blocking. Excellent blocking.
And Wimmer keeps it himself, and they'll tackling him at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, Sander had a little more work to do on that run than the previous one for Quentin, but again, a great run. They're all ankle tackles. They're not getting them high. They're kind of on the ground reaching, and it's just, if you have a strong runner, it's tough to tackle a guy that way.
And this is the position where it's second down. If you can get a stop and get it to third down, then you call the timeout and hope you can force a punt, because look at the clock. You're almost at 3 minutes to play. Obviously, no 2-minute warning, no play stoppage in high school, and only one timeout left for the Bobcats. So a big play right here, and they do tackle the ball carrier of the Hollis Brookline Cavaliers, and there will be a timeout. The Bobcats will take their final timeout. 2:57. We'll keep it right here. So, Scott, here's the play. Really, we saw last game where we were doing Lebanon and Trinity, and that game ended because Trinity, just had enough time to get their last play off, and the game ended. They didn't have to punt. First down here, you might be in that same situation for Hollis Brookline. You might not have to get another punt. You might be able to just kneel it down 4 times.
Yeah, if you can get the ball across
the first down right here.
First down marker here, there's a good chance that they can run this ball out without ever giving it back. I don't think they could take knees. There's too much clock left, but we'll see. And then another interesting thing is, if they do not get a first down here, do they punt
into this wind?
Horrible wind that we're seeing.
And you're still up 2 scores.
Correct.
So honestly, doesn't matter. But here's off tackle, and it's not going to matter, at least for right now, because Quentin Wimmer gets the first down across the 50-yard line. And a big first down there for the Cavaliers. That might do it. Obviously, he goes out of bounds, so they stop the clock, and then they reset it after they mark it. As we see here, once again, wide open on that left side. Nice holding of your blocks by the offensive line. Not holding. I'm not accusing them of holding.
No, it was outstanding blocking, really. I mean, it was essentially the same play as last time, and the defense has to get the edge. They're not setting the edge, and that's what's happening there. They're getting a big lane on the outside, and they can just kind of run toward the sideline and get easy first downs.
And this time, Wimmer's going to go to the right side, and he's going to get past the line of scrimmage, gains 3 yards, and that'll bring up second down. Clock continues to move.
A different play design. It was the quarterback, obviously, that ran it, but it was the same idea as the previous run plays. They're trying to just do sweeps to the outside. They go to the bigger side of the field and try to get as much room as possible and just beat people to the sideline. Say what you want about that run. That's just it's a do-your-job run right there. He got a solid 4-yard gain on first down, and the clock's running. You shouldn't ask for anything else.
So the clock continues to move as we come up to 1:30 to play in this one. Another first down will basically be the end of this game. And this one might do it. Wimmer up the middle. He's dragged down, but not before he gets the first down. And that is going to do it. It looks like a victory formation for the Cavaliers.
It's time to take knees after that. Heck of a job by the Cavaliers.
Don't forget to stay tuned at the end of our telecast for the HR Club Kearsarge Heating Turning Up the Heat player of the game, where we will choose the team member that had the greatest impact on today's game.
Yeah, I was going to say Plymouth valiantly kind of hung in there and gave it their best. It's just a weird day. I mean, just crazy winds and rain, and it just wasn't their day. They couldn't quite get their footing. They started to get their pass attack going a little bit, but it was just too late.
And no victory formation. They're going to continue to run the ball. And Wimmer is tackled inside the 34-yard line, inside the 35.
Yeah, I mean, Plymouth still has timeouts, so you're going to run the ball there. But Plymouth, you can see, is electing not to use their timeouts. And essentially are conceding defeat, but again, valiant effort.
So one more kneel down or one more play should do it. And 24 24-13 should be the final here unless anything crazy happens, and it doesn't look like it will. The kneel down comes, and they'll just wait for the final 15 seconds to tick off this clock, and the Hollis Brookline Cavaliers will be your Division II New Hampshire State Champions. And the crowd getting into it on the Hollis Brookline side. Players running onto the field. And this one is over. The Cavaliers defeat the Bobcats 24-13 here at Wildcat Stadium. We'll take a final break and come back with our HR Club Kearsarge Heating turning up the heat player of the game.
No matter what season it is, you can always find the best in American and Italian cuisine at Bubba's Bar and Grill in Newbury, New Hampshire. Stop in to enjoy our fresh salads, hearty sandwiches, brick oven pizzas, the award-winning seafood chowder, and a new seasonal menu just right for the cooler months. Dine in or take out. You can check out our full lunch and dinner menus along with daily specials on our website each day as well. Bubba's Bar and Grill, just 2 miles from Mount Sunapee in the beautiful harbor of Newbury, New Hampshire.
William A. Smith Auction Gallery hosts 45 auctions a year. Our customer base is worldwide, and our reputation is for honesty and fairness.
Rolex right there, $5,000, $3,000. I got 2 there, thank you. 20.
Join us for one of our live auctions. Check out the auction schedule on our website. Auction day is lively and fun.
Sold $3,381. Yeah, sold $253. Sold $850 straight away.
We look forward to seeing you on auction day.
Let's go. 6.5.
Hi, this is Tom Hoyt, the social media coordinator for Mascoma Bank, and it's time to introduce our Student of the Month. Lebanon High School selecting Aaron Caruso, a senior. Aaron has had to overcome family challenges and is supporting himself by working a full-time job and is enrolled in a full schedule of classes, including 2 sciences. He comes to school every day with a positive attitude. He calls out his peers when they're negative. Most people not realizing the hardship because of all of his optimism. He's personable, pleasant, engaging both with his peers and his staff, and he's embraced the Lebanon High School community. As one teacher said, "I'm positive that the support he gets here has helped him persevere, and they're amazed by his strength every day." Mascoma Bank is a certified B Corporation and has been mutually owned since 1899. We strive to be a force for positive change for our customers, communities, and employees. Mascoma Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Welcome back. Wildcat Stadium final score here, 24-13. The Hollis Brookline Cavaliers defeat the Plymouth Bobcats in the Division II State Championship game. Jeremy Stout, Scott Quimby here. And Scott, let's get to our HR Clough Kearsarge Heating turning up the heat player of the game.
A huge surprise here, for me anyways. Quentin Wimmer, I think, is the player of the game today. He had an outstanding game. He gave him the ball 18 times for 144 yards, put it in the end zone 3 times. Coming into the game, he only had 9 carries for 48 yards. Surprise! Bring him out for the championship, and here he is now, player of the game, and one of the biggest parts of the reasons this team is celebrating the championship.
So the player of the game goes to Wimmer, Quentin Wimmer, and Cody Bannon on the other side for Plymouth. He had a nice game, 22 rushes for 148 yards, but just couldn't get him in the end zone. He did have the 1 passing touchdown, but a good effort by Bannon.
Bannon's outstanding. He was outstanding today. It's just, it kind of was a one-man offense. Like, he didn't really have any weapons that were performing around him. I'm not saying it's those weapons' fault or anything like that. It just seemed like their regular ground game couldn't get going. They couldn't get the regular run plays to work. The only run plays that really did work was when Bannon was scrambling around and getting yards himself.
So the Plymouth Bobcats score the opening touchdown, and then it's all Hollis Brookline Cavaliers after that, and they complete the win, and they take it the final score 24-13 from UNH here, and that is it for the championship games. For us, for Scott Quimby, I'm Jeremy Stout. Thanks for watching the YCN Game of the Week.
You're watching the New Hampshire Association of Broadcasters' 3-time award-winning YCN Game of the Week. Today we're at the University of New Hampshire for the State Division II Championship football game featuring the number 5 Hollis Brookline Cavaliers taking on the number 6 Plymouth Bobcats. The YCN Game of the Week is brought to you by top stitch embroidery, the best for your team, and so much more. MJ Harrington and Company, jewelers and designers since 1948. William A. Smith Auction Gallery. They host 45 auctions yearly. Check the schedule on their website. Lake Sunapee Region VNA and Hospice, providing independence for patients and peace of mind for families. HR Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist, much more than a home heating provider. La Valley Building Supply, 10 retail lumber yards serving New England for over 55 years. Ramonto's Brick Oven Pizza and more, always fresh. People, food, great times await you. Mascoma Savings Bank, with no shareholders to please, committed to remaining independent and to reinvesting profits in our community. Baba's Bar and Grill of Newberry Harbor, where Baba wants you to know we're having a lot of fun. And Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire.